Welcome to our next installment of the Voitrai Station Playlist tutorials. In this tutorial, we are going to talk about how to add and use dynamic content and scheduled content like promos, PSAs, sponsors, and topical information. You find these content items under the tab for Content Tools. You'll see in the drop-down menu promos, PSA, sponsors, and topical. These are all areas where you can add content that can be referenced later in track prompts in Voitrai. So let's click on promos. As you can see, we have several station promos already programmed into our system. The Rewind Diner, the Business Breakdown. These are all areas where you can put in a station promotion. For example, when we look at the script, you would load this in as just a simple blurb like the old days when the program director would put an index card in the main studio for the DJs to talk about the upcoming shows. Very much the same way we feed that information to Voitrai. So we can literally type this out like we're talking to a human being. So we have our information about the show. We can give it a start and end date. So if we're promoting a special feature that's only running for a short period of time on the radio station, we can give it a start and end date and time. And then, of course, in this case, we choose the category of promo, and then we are able to save it. In each case, you will see that there is a blurb, internal title, start and end date, and the category. This works for all four of these elements. So under public service announcement, we're able to put the public service announcement in here, literally copy and paste it right into our cloud from the person who has sent you the public service announcement, or write it out by hand, however you want to do. And then you paste it in here, give it a start and end date. So in this case, the event is on March 22nd, and we can see that right here in our script. And then we give it a kill date of midnight on the 21st. So then we change the category to be PSA and save it. And this, you can do this for however many public service announcements you want to add. Next, you can do this for sponsors. Now, in this case, we don't have a sponsor set up in here, but this is a blank placeholder in the system that you're looking at right now. But let's just say you wanted to add a sponsor mention that is a simple, this weather broadcast brought to you by. There are spots in our prompts where you can then reference specific sponsors that you load into here as what will sound like live reads. And finally, topical. These are areas where you want to give the DJ something to talk about that maybe it's not a promo, maybe it's not a public service announcement, it's not a sponsor, but it's something topical you want them to talk about. Whether it is a Valentine's update, a snow update, winter weather. What you're looking at, this is actually from a live station that is using Voitrai every day. So these are updated pieces of information that have recently been used as topical information. So once you have data loaded into promos, PSAs, sponsors, or topicals, now you can specify those in prompts. So we can go over to prompt commands, go down to track prompts, and we want to look at break 3. In this case, we will notice that we have a placeholder here that is promo. And I'm telling the LLM, promote this. Now this is going to then randomly choose a promo from all station promos that have valid start and end dates from the information we entered in the previous part of this tutorial. Now we're able to add that to our direction. So, for example, in this prompt, we have said it's going to start with station name, station slogan, mention the song that just played. So we're putting in placeholders for the song that just played. And then we're telling it promote this, and it's going to grab a random promo with valid start and end dates. And then you're going to take a break. And when you return, you'll have music from and tease the artist that is coming up. So we're putting in the next artist field. And we give a few other additional pieces of information just to keep the LLM in check. Again, human curated, AI generated. We are still in control of the majority of what the LLM produces. In this case, we have no verbatim tag. We will let it just fly the way it is. And then we can, again, specify our scheduled time and days for this prompt. The ID of 03 can be scheduled multiple times throughout the day in your log, but you could have a different 03 that is scheduled for, say, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and another ID 03 for Friday and Saturday, and have a completely different prompt, but you can keep your clocks the same in Station Playlist Creator. So once you have all of your settings set, you can now hit save. And now when this voice track runs, it will promote one of the station promos. So we can look this up in our tracks and listen to what we've created. And we go over here and we're going to go to preload VT, click on view voice track files. And if you remember, that has a 03 at the end of it. And it would be this one here. And we're going to give it a listen.
Wow, what a performance by the Rolling Stones with Angie. The song always takes me back. Speaking of taking a trip down memory lane, you won't want to miss DJ Don D spinning the best of doo-wop to 70s R&B every Friday and Sunday night at 7 p.m. Get ready for a blast from the past. We'll be back after a quick break with some incredible music from ABBA. Coming up on Vinyl 91.9.
So there you have it, an example of how the voice track can have promos, PSAs, or topical information. Another example, if we bring up a public service announcement.
Where the hits come alive, Vinyl 91.9. Hey there, Lighthouse Christian Academy's annual dinner and live silent auction is March 22nd at Bayside Chapel in Barnegat. Doors open at 4:45 p.m. Dinner tickets are $15 for adults, $5 for children, 12 and under. Call 609-597-3915 for details. Now get ready for a true legend. Did you know Elton John has sold over 300 million records worldwide? Here's Elton John with Your Song.
And there you have it, an example of a public service announcement quickly worked into a simple break between two songs on the air. So that is how you would add promos, PSAs, sponsors, topical, and how you would reference them in your track prompts so that you can add that extra added spice to your voice tracks and make them sound that much more realistic and informative.